What should be Canada's goals at the G20 Summit?
Well, I think that Canada should be sincerely supporting initiatives around the world to reduce the carbon emissions and needs to step up to the plate here as well, providing greater incentives for people to reduce their carbon emissions, whether it's industry or individuals. So I think a lot can be done.
I think just letting people know how important it is to make that effort in your life to reduce plastic and not litter, and just the very normal things that you would think are very easy to do, but a lot of people forget about it. So just raising that awareness and letting people know that if you bring your own bags, and if you try just a little bit in your life to not use so much plastic and garbage and just be a little bit less, just a little bit more aware of your surroundings. And I think if every single person did that, it helps a lot in general, and you can see that in grocery stores and everywhere. If one person stops using so many bags, the other person will notice, oh, okay, I will do that too. So just that, I guess, raising that awareness, I think, is quite important.
Well, I personally believe Canada should try and go back to more of a peacekeeping role as they once historically had. For instance, I don't personally think that Canada's concerns should be as economic at the moment, be it establishing pipelines or things like that.
I think try to restore more harmony in international relationships, which I think has been recently degraded a bit. So try to bring back a little more harmony, a little more cooperation.
I would agree that environmental stewardship should be a big goal for Canada. I think Canada has a great place to play leadership in that. I think also in terms of where we are as Canadians, reconciliation and Indigenous rights should be another conversation that we bring forward at the G20.
Renewable resources, how to find a way to keep your country sustainable in terms of we were having this discussion before of just Canada, when the oil runs out, what are you going to do? Australia is the same with mining and resources. At one point the resources are going to be depleted, and they've put all of their sort of eggs into one basket in terms of a resource, and once that runs out, then where are you going to be? So in terms of renewable energy, harnessing the power of the sun, all that kind of stuff.
As part of the G20, I think Canada needs to look at its own in-house politics and the way it's treated the Indigenous people, and the way it's putting a lot of funds in towards keeping the Indigenous people segregated instead of having them somewhat included and letting them run their own part of the house. For me, it would be very important that Canada would look at how they would get that funds to the right people within the communities, the isolated communities.